Right, how's it going, guys? I'm going to be potting up my Dahlia tubers today. Here we've got the ones that I saved from my garden last year. They were a yellow variety flower with dark red foliage, and then I've purchased two new varieties, which I'll show pictures of when I'm doing them, which I got in the winter. So these have been kept. I dug those up it's probably around November time. Dug them up. I've kept them in my shed, which is like a frost-free shed, so they're still nice and firm. I've checked over all the tubers. Any that are squishy or mouldy, I'll remove them before planting them because I'm not going to want that to progress any further. I'm also going to cut off the tops once I've planted them at the right level. I'm just going to be using these small pots because they're not going to be in these pots for too long, because I'm going to be planting them straight out as soon as the weather like allows for. So that'll be May, so roughly a month and a half. So I'm just going to be using regular potting compost again, as I always do. I'll start off with the ones that are already out because they're already out. Alright, so I'll break off some of this only so that I can see what's going on. Yeah, they're all fairly. Oh, you can see that would have been where it was first planted, probably taken as a cutting. So that would be that part. That's quite interesting. Yeah, it all feels really firm. Yeah, it's healthy. I'm happy with how that's turned out. So if I bring the camera down slightly. Sorry about that shaking. Let's move those to one side. So it does look like a bit of a squeeze, but like it's absolutely not a problem. They're not going to be in here very long. So if I just kind of dig that side so that it fits quite nicely. There we are. Yeah, you can probably see like the cell there where they would have been taken as a cutting, put into that cell, and then obviously potted up. It's quite cool. Right. So I'm not showing you how to do this. This isn't like a how-to video. I'm just doing it how I'd do it. So I'm going to plant them to the same level as they were planted before, and I'm going to keep just the base here. I'm going to try and keep that as close to the surface as possible. So let's dig down some soil more around there. Because I'm going to want to try and take some cuttings from these. So once the shoots start coming up, I'll select a few of the most vigorous shoots, and I'll take some as cuttings. Because I've only got 3 of each variety, which is it's enough for my garden, but I do want more if I can get more. So yeah, and then with the top, I'm not sure how far. I'm going to cut that right down, only because this is all dead anyway. This is not going to grow back. All the new shoots will come from around this part, because that was last year's growth, so that's dead. Right, there we go. And then, right, with these 3, I'm not going to give labels because I don't have the name of this variety. So if I did put a label in there, it would just say yellow, which I'm just not going to bother doing that. So, but with the other 6, I am going to put labels in. So let me pull these out of the bag and we can have a look at these now. So, yeah, it's quite interesting to see the difference of these tubers, which have been growing in my garden for a year. Well, I don't know how. Well, they would have been. When did I get them? I got them in the summer. They would have either been taken as cuttings last year, or the year before I bought them, or they would have been taken as cuttings that spring, which is probably more likely. And that's how much they grew in 1 year. So it makes me, I'm not sure how old these ones are, because if you look at these ones, the tubers are a lot like thinner. There is more tubers on this variety, but the tubers on this are larger. But it may just be because I've grown these in my garden for like a long season, and these may have only just been grown for like a short season. Oh, I've just spotted on this one. here we are, this is a perfect example. So you can see here, it's got some shoots coming up, and as I said with the other one, this was last year's growth, so this one, like this part won't grow again, but they grow from the base around it, you see there. And there's another one there, there's another two there, look. So I'll probably take, so I can see 4 shoots at the moment, and I'm going to guess that more will come once I pot these up. So I'll easily be able to get 2 cuttings off that one, which the cutting, oh look on this one as well. Oh wow, so this is one that's actually broken off of the main. So we've got 3 main, well these are what I purchased those, but there's a couple that have snapped off in the bag, like during shipping. Yeah, there's another shoot on this one, see that? So I'll be able to pot those up on their own, and they will give me, they'll be smaller plants, but by the end of next year, by the end of this year, they're going to be just as big as these. That's really cool. I'm glad they've already got shoots on, otherwise I probably would have just thrown them away. So right, I'm going to put those to one side so that I don't forget about them or don't damage them. Oh, this one's very small. Right, yeah, it's got shoots on there. It's got some coming out. Oh, there's 3 there and 1 there. Yep, cool, so we've got that one. Let's check this one over. This one doesn't look like it's got anything going. It's a little bit squishy as well, so maybe this one's not gonna grow, but I'll keep that to the side with the others. And then, so this variety is the night butterfly. So I'll put up a picture of what they look like now, if I remember, which I will. And then here we've got Sam Hopkins. So the night butterfly it's a large burgundy flower, single petals of burgundy and then double petals in the center of white, if I can remember correctly. And then the Sam Hopkins is a large, like double flowering, almost pom-pom like, of really dark burgundy. So there should be 3 of these as well. Yeah, these look a bit wobbly, those. There's no shoots on this one. You can see they're all kind of damaged a little bit. Right, let's keep those to one side separated. Oh yeah, that does not look good. See that looks to me, oh sorry, that looks to me like it's not been stored very well. There's only 3 tubers on that and a tiny one there, no shoots, although maybe that's a shoot right there, that tiny thing. But if you compare this, which is the Sam Hopkins, to the night butterfly one, there's just no comparison really. No comparison, I mean, like, you can't compare them because they're so different. Here, yeah, they're not looking that good really. See, I don't know whether, because like that one, that's just practically not attached. I'm not sure whether that'll even grow, that part. I don't know if they're able to reattach themselves, but obviously I'll plant them all up and we'll see how they go. These don't show any signs of growth, and they've not really got, so like on the ones we saw earlier, they've kind of got a part of the shooting plant there, whereas these look like they've just completely snapped either end. So not sure. I'll keep hold of them and see what they do. Maybe I'll put them in a separate pot, or this one's really, I'll discard of that because it's very open here. That looks like that might be the one that's snapped off that. No, maybe not. See, that just doesn't look right to me. That does not look healthy. And then we've got another little one there. I'll keep that to the side of that one. Right. So I'm just going to be putting these up exactly the same. I'll do one of these right now as well anyway, just so we can do it together. I'll be able to fill these pots up quite a bit bigger because I've got no compost attached to them. They look like they were grown in quite a sandy compost, sand-based compost, which probably would have been the easiest option for transplanting them and digging them up, etc. Right, let's put these Sam Hopkins to one side, and we're going to go with the nicer looking ones. We'll go for one of these. So you'll find that they will probably spread out like that. So they'll spread out kind of like legs. This pot's actually a bit too small, or I'll put them in more like this. So if I kind of just dig a mound in the center, and then that will and then just push in these like so. Perfect, and then I'll just fill around it, and I'm going to try and keep the shoots just above the soil. And then I'll label them up straight away before I forget. So these are the night butterfly, these ones, yeah. So let's just do that, give it a little gentle tap down. I'm going to keep these in my greenhouse, so it'll be quite a bit warmer than it is outside. We're supposed to be getting some sort of heat wave over the next coming weeks, so hopefully they'll just be able to get some good growth on, and then I'll be able to take the cuttings. Just one more handful on there. There we go. I'm going to give them a good water once I've finished all of them. So, right, there we are, and then let's give that a label. I'm not going to put the date just because, well, I don't feel like it's necessary. Maybe it will be, I don't know. These are the night butterfly. Right. I'm just going to do it in pencil so that I can reuse the labels. Dahlia night butterfly. There we are. And then, yeah, that's that one done. So I'm going to get on with the others. I've also brought down from my bedroom some of my lamb's ears. These were sown last October. I'll probably pot maybe 3 to a pot. How many we got? 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 3 to a pot. There'll be a couple left over, but because I don't want too many of these because I've got the ones in my greenhouse as well anyway. So yeah, they're probably going to be quite hard to get out as well with their roots because I've been growing for so long. I'm expecting the roots to be quite, yeah. Well, they're not as bad as I was expecting, to be fair. But cool. Right, so I'm going to get on with the dahlias. I'll finish those off and then I will be back. Right, so I've finished potting up all the dahlias. So now what's left is just to water them. In these smaller pots here are the two, the night butterfly little pieces that we're growing. So I've just put them in there. They've got their shoots coming up. So I'll give these a good water and they should start growing quite quickly because we're going to have some hot weather coming. So they should grow relatively fast. So now for the lamb's ears, I'm going to be putting them into this size pot. I'm going to have 3 in each pot just temporarily because they're not going to stay in here too long because everything is really going to be planted out as soon as possible. So once the garden's ready, that's when they'll be going out. So I'm not too worried about being really gentle with these because they are quite tough. There's 1. We've got 2, 3. Let me just make sure I don't. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too worried about the roots on these because these are really quite hardy. If I get these like this, just make sure the roots are in. Let me bring the camera down just a little. There we go. Alright, so just make sure the roots are in. Like I said, these aren't going to be in here for too long. They'll probably be in these maybe a month, 2 months maybe at a maximum. So like I said, I'm not worried. The ones that are growing in the propagator up on the bench, just up there, I'll leave them in there a little longer because they're not as developed as these ones. That'll do. It's a bit untidy, but that'll do. There we go. I'm not going to put a date on these or anything. So I'll just pop the label in one of them and keep them all together. Yeah, so I think there's enough for 4 pots of these. Let me try and tease that apart. Hear all that snapping. Hopefully I don't pick up on my speaker microphone. Here we go. So there's not really much else to show at the moment because obviously I did that video. When was that? Yesterday? I think it was yesterday. get all the roots in. So there's not much of an update in the greenhouse. Although I did put all those plants into a big like tray. I don't know if I've shown you guys already. I'll show you that quickly. Oh, that looks a lot neater than the first one. How cute do they look? Right, so that's those. The lupins are growing quite nicely. There's a lot of little, what's that called? Liverwort growing at the bottom of those. Well, yeah, looks quite cool. Right, so I've planted. No, I haven't. I've put all of the seedlings into that tray over there, so they're off the ground. I'm gonna have to kind of pull it all up every couple of days to check if there's any slugs and snails under there, because they're gonna love hiding under that. What else have we got going on? That's it really, just these, and then there's nothing to update you with on over here. These are still looking good. Yeah. Oh, I noticed as well, I didn't talk about these in my last video. This is chamomile, and as you can see, the slugs have been loving them. Oh, there we go. Right, this is what keeps happening. You'll get a little slug hiding in the hole. So they actually hide inside the pot, which is why they keep getting them so much. Like, let's try and get him out with this little. Come on, come out. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, I'll have to deal with all those. Go away. But that's what keeps happening. Yeah, so these are chamomile. I bought these because I'm gonna harvest the flowers and like dry them and make chamomile tea. So have I got 4 of those? 5 of those. This one looks like it's been eaten so much as well. Any snails under there? Slugs? No, they could probably be potted up very soon because the roots are coming out the bottom quite nicely. So yeah, nothing else to show as of yet. So all my dahlias are potted up now, so they'll start coming up. I'll probably do a video of when I do the cuttings as well, if I definitely do the cuttings. If only 2 shoots come up on each one, then I won't be doing any cuttings, but if there's more than 4, then I'll definitely be doing that, because I've got quite a big bed in the garden that I want to fill out, so the more the merrier. Yeah, that's it for the moment. I'll finish putting up these lamb's ears off camera, but that's all there is to see today. And I do have some more seeds that I want to sow, but I probably won't do that in a video. I'll probably just kind of update you guys once they are like growing or something. I do need to do a video of my cactuses as well. Oh, and I'm going to do a video of my carnivorous plant collection, because since my previous video, my last carnivorous plant collection video, my collection has quadrupled. So I've got so many of those I want to show you guys, and I need to dig over my vegetable patches as well and start sowing the seeds over there, which I'll probably do very soon because I want to get my carrots out and my parsnips, so that'll be coming up as well, but I'm not sure if I'll do that in a video or not. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Other than that, there's not too much else to say, so I'll just carry on with this and then I'll water them all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.